Yeah, we'll start with Sam Connon from SI.
Hey, Nick, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good, thanks. So can you talk about kind of getting that honor from the Pac-12, what it felt like, and just when you heard that on Monday, what your reaction was?
Yeah. No, it was very humbling and it's cool to be honored. The first thing you think about is your teammates, and your coaches. They're the ones who put you in that position to get that honor. So, my name's on the award, but it's Jack, the snapper, it's the whole line, Ethan, the holder, coaches, Coach Will and Coach Sage, really the whole special teams unit. We all work together all week, so it's kind of it's cool to get honored, as yourself, but it's really a whole unit honoring. I hope everybody knows, it's a team thing. It's not about me, but it was very cool and humbling to be honored.
And then, it's 2 and 3 weeks now that you guys have special team player of the week in the conference, because you had Kyle as a punt returner a couple of weeks ago. How important is it for you guys to kind of win that, even though the kick game and the kickoff and punts are very different? How important is it for you to win that aspect of the game on special teams?
Oh, it's huge. It's huge. As you said, kicking specifically with points, right? That impacts for sure. And kickoff and punt return, kickoff return, all those impact field position. And that's such an important stat, the hidden yard stat. And all that goes into that. Fundamentals really show up. Scheme really shows up. We have a really good one. So it's definitely a key. It's something we emphasize here for sure.
And then going up to Seattle this weekend, could be close to 50% chance of rain, a little colder than it is here, maybe a little windier. How do you prepare for that? And do you expect those conditions to affect your kicking at all?
Right. So I'm preparing this week the same way I prepare any other week. You can't really control the weather, so you can't do too much about it. But I don't think it'll impact us too much. You get out there before the game, you'll do your warm up, go through your routine, see what's working, what's not working. You might need to make some adjustments on the spot, but other than that, there's not too much you can do, and not really much you want to do. You kind of want to stay in the same routine and just be consistent.
Got it. Thanks.
Thank you.
Let's go to Tony Siracusa from Last Word.
Hey, so as a follow-up to what Sam was talking about, have you had much experience on a wet kicking surface, kicking a wet ball, all under a pressure situation like that?
I have. It's funny during spring, it's really cloudy and kind of dewy in the mornings, and the kickers are the first people to go out there during practice. So that's kind of an opportunity for us to practice kicking with wet balls. And then some games in the past, right, we played in some similar conditions at away games. So I've had experience kicking with wet balls, kicking the cold, and all that. But there's not really too much you can do to prepare. But that is my experience with it.
Now you've got a good consistency again this season. I mean, last year, obviously in the shortened season, you were 6 of 7 on field goals, and you're already 8 of 10 this year in fewer games than what you played last year. Have you figured out yet where your cap is in a college game, where your limit is on distance? Have you figured that out yet?
In terms of range, it's really a week-to-week, game-by-game situation. Every Saturday is different. Sometimes conditions such as weather may play a factor, your preparation in the week, how you feel that day, all sorts of different things kind of play into that. So I feel comfortable from the distances that I've set in the past, and really wherever coach sends me out there to go kick a field goal, that's what I'll do. If he sends me out there for a long one, I'll go hit a long one. If he keeps sending me out there for the short ones, I'll hit short ones. So it's really a week-to-week kind of game-by-game type of thing.
All right, man. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Let's go to Joe Reedy from AP.
Nick, how much of a unique venue is Washington? Because even though there'll be rain, there is the field turf, but also just with that wind kind of blowing in off the lake.
Right. So I've actually never been to Washington myself. I've never played there in that stadium. So I'm not sure what it'll be like. I've heard it's a very exciting environment. I've heard different things. It can get windy, it can get cold. The rain may play a factor. But at the end of the day, we can't control any of that. You just go out there and do what you've been doing in the past for the entire season. So because we can't control the conditions, we try not to focus on it too much. Just go out there and do what we do.
Have you kicked anywhere that there's been a lake or body of water nearby that might influence conditions a little bit?
I don't think I have. I'm not sure to be exact, but I'm not sure I've ever kicked next to a lake like that.
Okay, thanks.
Let's go to Tracy Pearson from Brunaport.
Hey, Nick, following up on what you said game by game, there's kind of a determination of what your range would be. What's the process for that? Do the coaches consult with you? I mean, and come over and say like, how you feeling? It's raining today. What do you feel? You're in Colorado, the air's thin. I mean, is there some kind of pregame consultation with you at all or not?
So it's really how I feel after my warm up. I'll go talk to a couple different coaches on the staff, talk about how I feel, and also what my snapper and holder think, what Jack and Ethan think, how we feel as a unit, because we are a unit after all. It's not just how I'm kicking off the sticks in warm up. So that's kind of the routine every game. Have those conversations, make adjustments when adjustments need to be made. But yeah, that's kind of what we do to determine where we're comfortable from that day.
And that gets back to Coach Kelly for him to make a decision on if he's going to go for it.
Ultimately, yeah, he makes the decisions on whether we're kicking field goals or not. So,
in an ideal conditions, what do you think your range is out to? What would Coach Kelly confidently send you out for? How far of a kick?
I can't say how far he would send me out. I feel comfortable from 50 plus. But like I said, it's really a game by game, day by day, week by week, how you're feeling in the moment type of deal.
Do you think you've extended your range since you've been at UCLA?
I do.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Rick Kimbrell, Bruin Blitz.
Nick, how you doing, buddy?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fantastic. Thank you. Talk to us about your journey at UCLA. You came as a walk-on. Now you're the starting place kicker and a player of the week in the Pac12 for a specialist. Talk to us about your journey, what you did, and how you reached this great pinnacle.
So yeah, I came in as a walk-on. I knew I probably wasn't going to play my freshman year, right? We had JJ. He was been a 3-year starter going on 4 years at that point. A really talented kicker. And then my attitude was just, come in, work hard every day, do what I'm told, work on my fundamentals, work on my technique, just listen to all the advice that I've been given, and just trust in the process, right? And everything else will take care of itself. So it's definitely a day-by-day journey. Nothing really that you can, you don't want to look too far in the future, right? Just focus on what you can control, and everything else will take care of itself. At the end of the day, you're competing against yourself. It's not really about who they have to compete with you or, all these other outside circumstances. It's been a fun time, and I definitely couldn't have done it without my teammates, my coaches, my family, all those around me supporting me, giving me the confidence that I need, and just helping me and being with me and guiding me. It's really credit to all of them because they've lifted me up and allowed me to come into this role. So I hope to just continue getting better and continue making kicks on Saturdays.
Well, good luck to you on Saturday.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You betcha.
All right, let's go back to Tracy for one more.
Hey, Nick, are you currently on scholarship right now?
I'm not. I'm still a walk-on.
Okay. You're talking about family support. Does that include Anthony? Do you hear from him?
I do, yeah. I do talk to Anthony, and yeah, he's definitely very supportive of me. Gives me a lot of advice, and just someone who's always there for me.
Good deal. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we'll wrap it up there. Thanks for your time, Nick.
Thank you, guys.